Okay, mate. So let's look here at band. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not good. I was hoping for better off band. I was up quite a lot on band actually. I still hold it. To be honest, I'm still in this. I had bought down in here somewhere, just in this cluster before. It's a 3-day chart. It took time, and it kind of rolled over a little bit, and then it got the move that I was looking for. But it took time. And somewhere from in there, you can see that it was a 70% bounce or something, and it's almost give it all back. I don't know where I bought. We'll say 60, 65% bounce at the very peak, and now it's give it all back, which is extremely frustrating because I was in this. Now, I wanted to pull back. A pullback's normal, but I didn't want something this deep. So it's a little bit frustrating. But if you actually look at this, there's no major damage done just yet. We are dropping back into support. But anyway, we need to kind of look at the rest of it and see how we're going. So as you can see here on the 3-month chart here, we had a beautiful breakup, and this, in theory, this should be a buying opportunity down here, right? See this somewhere here should be a buying opportunity before then later going higher. But the problem, the current problem is, it's deep red on a 3-month. It's unlikely and not so easy to flip green on this 3-month. That would mean it would need to be a huge wick in this candle here, which, I mean, like up here, it did get huge wicks and all the rest, but I don't think that this is going to flip green now this quarter. So because a lot of coins are doing this, and a lot of coins look like they are having a red 3-month candle, which is kind of frustrating. It would have been nice to get that continuation move higher, but we're getting these pullbacks. The market's giving back a lot of its gains. But there's nothing broken about this yet. If it continues right down to the very bottom down here, that's a danger sign. So if we continue down there and this is red, right, that would be a bad sign. You do not want to see that happening. What we want to see is these dips. We want to see these dips somewhere here get bought back up, right? So maybe I put that too far. But somewhere in there, we want to see these dips just get bought back up and show a little bit of strength in the market. We want to see it holding, because at this point, these dips are fairly normal, right? And you would expect some sort of recovery. And then the second quarter in the year, ideally, then you would get continuation to the upside. If you look here at the monthly chart, you can see we took liquidity above up here, and we're dropping right down. We're having a very poor monthly candle. You can see here, similar to here, he popped up, took liquidity, and the candle dropped back down. It's this is 22 days left, but we've already dropped the entire way back down almost, which is very frustrating. But you can see here, right? It's done the same here. Took liquidity above, actually stopped onto the top, came back down. But the next month higher, because we had a failed move, right? We had a failed move. This was a bearish candle, and it was telling us that it should go lower. But when we moved up and took out the highs of this candle, that became a failed move, and then everything exploded, because failed moves create fast moves in the opposite direction. So, I mean, at this point, we can only hope for something like that. I think it's too early for that yet, because we haven't had the halving. The halving is in April. So I think these pullbacks, we just need to watch carefully and try and understand here how low this is going to go, because it's not great. There should be some sort of bounce coming off these levels. I don't expect it to keep crashing, but it's always a possibility, especially if the ETF is rejected. But normally you would expect some sort of bounce here. A little bit like this, you get that move down, you get some sort of retracement back up, even before it continues, but there was that bounce. Now, if you had bought in here where I have bought, and it comes back to your break even, it's okay to get out on that. Just sell, get out, wait for a better entry, maybe wait for a new quarter, or wait for some other opportunities. Currently, I would like to see a higher low here. See this pivot right here? So you don't want to see that get taken out. At this point, this is still a higher low. So hopefully the market can hold here. And we are having a red 2-week candle at the moment, which is, it's very bad. It's very nasty. It's horrible, actually. But you can see here, even though we got a bad one here, We got it bounced back up in the new 2 week. But this is particularly bad, I have to say. It's not nice at all. So we want to see in the next 5 days, you'd like to see some sort of recovery here. But what the white line where I drew is the 2 week low. So you want to see this holding and get a strong bounce now into the end of the week. You could buy this right now actually with a stop just below this white line. Like this is a perfect example. So at one point this red candle was completely down and engulfing this previous candle, but there was a hard bounce back higher, and then eventually it moved its way higher. I mean, that's the perfect situation, what we would like to see here. It needs a really good reaction from the ETF.